Hello and welcome back to another episode of the AI Review Magic School. In this video, we're going to jump right in and use Magic School to help us create a lesson plan. So, what I'm going to do is a 10th grade lesson plan in math, factoring quadratics. So I'm going to say that 10th grade, the topic is factoring quadratics with a leading coefficient of 1 using an area model, which is a specific way of teaching students to understand and solve quadratic problems. For additional criteria, I'm going to say the lesson should include a warm-up exercise, 15 minutes of instruction on factoring quadratics, and then 30 minutes of group work. And if we want to, we could put, and I think I actually originally did put the standard in here and I forgot to copy and paste it. I'm going to pause the video for a second and grab it. Okay, so sorry, I just went to the Math Core, the Math Frameworks, and I grabbed from the Algebra 1 standards. Choose and produce an equivalent form of an expression to reveal and explain properties of the quantity represented by the expression, with a substandard of factor a quadratic expression to reveal the zeros of the function it defines. So if we do that, it's going to give me a lesson plan with an objective, assessment. Students will complete a worksheet where they factor different quadratic expressions using the area model method and identify the zeros of corresponding functions. Key points: an opening, introduction to new material, guided practice, independent practice, closing, extension, homework, and standards assessed or addressed. What this doesn't do is actually give me any of the work. So we could then at the bottom say, please, or say, I need 10 problems for the guided practice and 20 problems for the homework. And let's see what it does. So it's giving me 10 quadratics to factor for the guided practice set and 20 more to use with the homework problems. And then all of these can be, and I believe, should be able to be solved. Yep, 72. Yep, it looks like most of these do factor up perfectly with the area model so that students would be able to solve them completely. So with minimal effort, I've got a lesson plan, at least a rough outline of a lesson plan that I could flesh out more if I needed to. I've got some problems to give to the students. I would need to obviously reformat these. You don't want to give this to students written out this way. You want to use exponents and things like that. But I can make it look prettier, but at least I have the problem so I don't have to think about them and make sure that they work out well for the kids. The computer, the AI has made sure that they will factor properly. Another thing that's interesting to note, it's kind of subtle, but the complexity is increasing. You'll notice that the earlier homework problems are easier, and then the numbers get larger, and therefore the problems get more complicated as the numbers get larger, or as the problem set increases. So it actually is a scaffolded, progressively, challenging homework assignment that they created without me even asking it to do that. So I think that's pretty nifty too. So I'm curious about how well this would create some lesson plans for you all. So if you do use the tool to create a lesson plan and you're really happy with the results, please share it with me, and maybe I can put together a portfolio of examples that we can then share with each other as we get closer to the end of the school year. All right, thank you very much and have a good evening.